Hey everybody, it's your boy David Payne here, and welcome to News 9 with David Payne. First and foremost, we have a special guest hanging out in the studio with us, Jennifer Lee, or what we like to call her, Princess Jennifer Lee, because she has that beautiful, soft toning voice that she likes to use. So yeah, Jennifer Lee, how you doing today? I'm doing so good. And you like my beautiful soft toning voice? Do you want me to do it for you? Of course, you could do it. You could do it for the fans. Alright. How do you like me with this soft toning voice? There you go. That's the stuff. That's the stuff that made us fall in love with you. Oh, I like to hear that. All right. Anyway, we got that out of the way. We have another interview with George Michael, or a live stream, I should say. I've been doing this for a long time. I should know what George Michael should have planned, but yeah. Yeah. But George Michael is doing another live stream about the HOA, and he has a little name for his little series about the HOA. You're gonna hear that right when George Michael starts this live stream. But one stupid guy is making it sound like he's demanding stuff that is dangerous to him, dangerous to his house, and danger to other folks around his house, like all his neighbors. So yeah, we'll be checking in with George Michael. So I'm gonna take you live to George Michael. George Michael.
Welcome back to Problems of an HOA President. Hi, my name is George Michael. And I'm the HOA President in one of the communities that I own a home in, and sometimes I get ridiculous emails from residents or board members. Today's offering comes from somebody named Dylan. Everybody say hi, Dylan.
This is the part where it's a funny part where we get to joke around with George Michael. Hi, Dylan. Hi, Dylan.
Dylan writes, I think it's funny that you tell all your following that you're such a fantastic HOA president that you don't even care what people do on their own properties as long as it's not crazy. However, I submitted a request to build in a personal flower bed on our home, and I was denied by you. Care to explain why that is? You can make a video on this if you would like. Yes, Dylan. Let's talk about it. Dylan, I've already explained this to you several times because you won't stop emailing me. You know why you were denied, and it had nothing to do with me being like, oh, I said no, so that's it. I said no because I don't like the color, I don't like the aesthetic, blah, blah, blah. No, it had nothing to do with that. We said no because the type of flower bed you want, yes, it is awesome. I think it looks absolutely amazing. But what you're going to be doing is going to interfere possibly with gas lines and an electric line. And we do not want you to blow up your own house or your neighbor's houses. If you want to move that flower bed to a separate spot, cool, do you. But that particular spot where you wanted it, we had to say no because you could be putting yourself and other people in danger. Stop acting as if I put my junk on the table and was like, I don't like the way it looks, so no. Or I'm just holding power and I just want to tell you no. Or I don't like you, so I'm going to say no. No, it had nothing to do with that. It's for the safety of your house and your neighbor's houses. So So, Dylan, you either change the type of flower bed you want and how you're gonna construct it, or you move it somewhere fucking else. And again, we've told you this several times. And I think it's funny that the way that you wrote your email, it made it sound like you were requesting our permission, when in fact you were requesting information on safety standards, and now you are denying said safety standards. You are completely ignoring and refuting that this is dangerous. Dylan, stay the hell out of my inbox unless you actually have a legitimate question. Alright, back to you, David Payne.
Thank you, George Michael. I really appreciate that. Me and Jennifer Lee, we were just laughing over here because Jennifer Lee is silly and she's talking about a bunch of stuff in the 80s and a bunch of big events that happened and tragedies that happened in the 80s that we might have to cover with you, George Michael. I don't know. But Jennifer Lee, it's always a pleasure. And it's always a pleasure having you here, and it's always a pleasure of you coming, letting you guys do News 9, even when there's a big storm. Thank you for that. You're welcome, David Payne. Safety is a first priority. Well, thank you. You know your stuff, Jennifer Lee. Well, thank you, David Payne. I gotta go back to my house because I gotta get ready for work, and I gotta do all this stuff before I go back to work on Monday. Plus, I have to do more stuff. So I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow, okay? All right. Thank you, Jennifer Lee. You're welcome anytime. Man, I love Jennifer Lee. All right, everybody. As always, I'm David Payne. I'm George Michael. Stay with News 9 and have a great day. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Hope it's a great one. Bye.